All right. So, we are, as you can see, I got a pack on my bag. Or a bag on my back, that is. Pack on my bag. And, the hotel room thing, obviously, it's just not really working. It's way too much. Stock show and rodeos got us screwed up, so I stayed there for what I could. I got frustrated because I had, if you're watching this video, definitely no, I'm not. And so I'm frustrated because money that I had was on a card that was with Kara, and she couldn't really get out of the house and stuff at the time, and so the guy at the hotel, it's not her fault at all by any means. I should have just had it with me and had it ready. So the guy was like, yeah, I gotta charge you $69 for today, and then you can pay a week tomorrow and all this shit. So of course it's like building up, it's like, oh my God, dude. That's like an extra $20-$30 on top of the $1,500 or whatever it is, per month. And so I just paid 2 days and left. And I've decided that I'm gonna use some of the money that I have. Sit on this bench for a little bit. I'm gonna use the money that I have to build a little small place, hidden away, a little stealth shack, a little stealth cabin, something like that, if you will. And then I can get a nicer hotel that's better for the kids and everybody to come to on the weekends. And so that's where we're at. We're just gonna roll with it, and but the upside of this is I got good news. I do got good news, guys. Good news is that I ran into an old friend. It was actually my very first boss in the line trade, and he right away asked me, was like, hey, what's up? How you doing? And all this kind of stuff. Like, man, you got a job? You working and stuff? And I said, no, I'm looking for one. And he was like, well, I got one for you, man. I got a place where you can go. And they're hiring right now, hiring all the time. I can get you in and all this kind of business. So it's working for a moving company, doing house moving and all that kind of stuff. I've heard, I don't know about this particular job, but I've heard the going rate for movers in this area is like minimum $15. So, it'd be hard work and not that much money, but it'd be steady work, and so I'm excited about that. And we're gonna do that. So what do you guys think about the wire wrap that I did, though? I had actually started out making that for Kara, but it turned out to be way too big for her. So her wrist is dainty as heck. So I'm gonna make her a smaller, more dainty one. This one I actually put up, and it's on eBay now. So since she can't wear it, it's got the crystal. That's actually a pretty, almost near perfect clarity crystal. If you can see there, look at that crystal in the sun right there. Is that coming in? Oh yeah, right there. Look at the clarity on that crystal. Okay. It's two-tone. It's silver plated. And I just put that up on eBay, and so that one's up if somebody's into that kind of business. And it's an Eye of Horus, and so you got the silver on the inside for the eyeball and the crystal. It's in a kind of a cat eye, dragon eye type of pattern. It's got a clasp on the back. You know, it's finished in the back. You can see it. It's finished all the way around, guys. So, oh, and everything except for the silver wire in there and mash on it for scrapping, guys. If you guys like to scrap, is everything in on there. All that copper is all scrapped copper. It's all copper that came from, you know, I had to skin it and all that kind of good shit. Let's go down and look up in here real quick. So I'm actually over here at a creek. I grew up kind of somewhat near this neighborhood. This neighborhood is nicer and cooler than the neighborhood I grew up in. But my buddy was telling me that when he was a kid, and he lives right down here, this is a kid I'm hanging out with a lot while I'm here, is that he told me when he was down here that they found what was the old drainage system from way back a long time ago. And it's in the bank over here, and that the bank started eroding away enough to where it started exposing it. And that way back then, when they got in the drainage system, the old one, that they found all kinds of really cool relics and, you know, all kinds of treasures in there. So we're looking for fossils right now. Well, there's one right there. There's our first indication. You can see it, a little shell right there. Hopefully I don't drop my phone. There's another shell right next to it, I saw. This should be a, I think a Grayson Marl formation here. Anyway, so there should be opportunity to find some pretty decent fossils in here. But he said that he found all kinds of treasures in there, from bottles to, you know, little things or whatever, that, you know, little trash, you know, and that there's a good possibility that if we were able to find one of these drains again, you know, I was like, well, shoot, there'd probably be stuff in there. So, look at this one. That one's kind of cool because it's the actual shell. It's not a limestone cast. So we were talking about that for a treasure hunting adventure. Also, we were talking about here one of these days, possibly this weekend, taking the kids to a spot out here where there is some, oh, there's another big one. Where we can get some shark's teeth from around here. Oh, I want to show you all one of my other wraps. This one I just finished, and I was thinking of a design. I kind of stayed close to the other design and just altered on it. But this one, guys, I want to give a shout out to LJ. This is the tooth that LJ bought. He asked me if I could put a wrap on it, and I said, yeah, of course I would, you know. And since it was an expensive tooth and such, I wanted it to be a nice wrap, so let me show you guys this one. Okay, so here's the box. It's this one right here. This one is all in a silver. He requested silver. LJ did. So that one, where'd it go? That one is all silver. Yeah, this is pretty cool, huh? Turned out good. You know, and that's that nice tooth. So thank you to LJ for buying this. You know, that was a $150 tooth. It's worth every penny of that just in itself. And I did the wrap just for you know, you being a viewer and buying it, and that's awesome. You know, so I really appreciate that. Okay, I'm gonna leave my backpack here. So the stuff that we'll have coming up here in the future, near future, is going to be, we're going to be building a stealth camping location. We're going to be building a stealth camping, like literally a small house, a shack, a cabin with a lockable door. And we're going to try and hide that sucker so that it cannot, absolutely cannot be gotten into. So what I'd be looking for in here is a larger species of echinoid, which is a sea urchin. And if this is indeed a Grayson marl, which I think it is, it looks, you know, you can tell it looks real marly. You know, it doesn't look like limestone. It was real lumpy, clumpy, and in between a clay and a shale. Which usually that means that as far as ammonites go and larger fossils, they're not preserved very well at all. But the smaller fossils are really well preserved. The little sea urchins. So we can look in the side over here, see if anything's weathering out of the wall. There's a little shell there. So like I said, there's another shell, two shells right next to each other, right there. Another shell there, another one there. So that's what you would call basically your marker fossil. Another one there. You know, meaning that it's the most prolific. And oh look right here. There was a really nice ammonite right there. Look, that one was a perfect one. Look at that, guys. See that imprint? That's pretty cool. So they're here. That means that there's large ammonites and that they're actually not in that bad a shape. So they are here. So what we'd be looking for really is like just seeing a hint of one that's poking out where it just weathered free and somebody hasn't seen it, and then we have to uncover it. There's something. It's gonna probably be able to get out that easy because it's very attached to the matrix behind it, but that's pretty cool. Look, let's zoom in on that. Pretty cool. We might try and get that out. We're gonna take a look around. It's in at a weird angle. So, guess what? Both boxes of fossils sold today. Thank you guys so much. And a big shout out to the person that bought them. That's really badass. and same person bought both boxes, and they went for $80 and $84, I believe it was. So 80 for the small box and 84 for the big box. Thank you very much, appreciate that, and we're gonna ship those out tomorrow, also with a couple teeth that I wrapped. These banks right after the rain are really good because it exposes new stuff, you know? Ooh, look at this. We got some really nice bedrock. This is a good spot to look for them right here because this is going to be the easiest to get to them. Oh, there's one right there. Look at this one, guys. Look, we got a nice one. Check this. This is actually a money fossil right here. If we get this sucker out whole, which it looks like possibly we can, this could be a money fossil right here. Check this one out. Now, when I say money fossil, these are kind of common and they're not the best of fossils. So, but if that's whole, that sucker, that, oh my goodness. That Ammonite just sticking out of there. See, that's gonna be real easy to get to. What I was just about to say, how you can flake off the sides of these layers. Let's see if there's any other ones poking out here. Where you at, baby? Got something over here, looks like a bone. Guys, look at this one. Now, this is all, oh, and there's a nice shell. That's classic cast fossil right there. Look at this. You can barely see it, but it's round and long. Now, this area here, if it is a Grayson, I believe comes in at 115 million years old. Oh, look at this Ammonite right here. Look at this one. You guys see that one? Man, these are really nice, dude. If you get these things prepped right, you're talking one like that prepped right could easily be, I mean, valued at $100, you know, if you get it done good. I've been actually looking at guys on YouTube, I mean actually on Instagram, who are fossil preppers, and also for fire agate preppers, because you guys know I've been carrying around this fire agate forever, talking about it's got to be done, it's got to be prepped and all this kind of stuff, but yet I don't have the ability or the tools or anything to do it, because that takes skill and you know, custom precision tools. Wow, dude, look, this is turning into a little honey hole right here, because we're getting that sucker out, baby. We are getting that big one out. As long as it's not broken all over, that's gonna be a fucking badass fossil right there. That one will be a badass one. Who's gonna be the first person dude, anybody in here want that fossil, dude? Because you know I'm gonna put it up for sale. Everything is for sale right now. I got no home to fucking hoard shit and stash shit, dude. But if I get that fossil out and it's whole, dude, am I holding that for anybody up in this bitch, or we just put it on eBay or what? Chris G says he wants it. All right, well, let's see if we get it out. We're gonna see. Wow, dude, that is a nice one right there. That is a really, really, because it's got a hint of having the suture pattern. I don't know if some of you guys are aware or not of what a suture pattern is, but a suture pattern is God, okay, how can I relate this? Well, I'll just tell you what it is. It's where skin and exoskeleton, shell, and all this stuff meet together. And so they have a shell, and then they'd have a layer on the outside of that. There is a pattern that is inside there that is attaching that layer to their shell, and that pattern is the better shape it's in and all that kind of stuff, and the better it's preserved, more valuable it is. You know, for paleontological reasons, it's extremely valuable. Wow, dude. That's an amazing one. I hope we get that sucker out. Okay, so we want to look and see if nature can do the work for us, and we're going to look along the edges right here. So we've already found one badass. I mean, that is a nice one right here. Looks like we got a hint of something. No. So this way it'll be already kind of weathered loose like the other one. Let's just go get the tools. Let's see if we can get that one out. I'm really happy with that one. If that sucker comes out whole, I'm gonna be tickled fucking ridiculous. I didn't bring my hammer, but it kind of almost looks like we'll be able to do this with a screwdriver and such like that. All right, I gotta go get my pack. Pack's way down there. Man, here's a little piece right here. That's actually just an imprint. So they're just very common to this area. North Texas, you know, is one of the top locations in the world for Cretaceous fossils. And this area was a combination of sea and land. Like, it was basically, imagine a bunch of islands, spits, you know, whatever you want to call it. But like, most all the fossils that you'll find here are going to be, you know, invertebrate, and they're going to be sea fossils from the ocean. But there's lots of dinosaurs that are found here. Lots of dinosaurs. This particular area here in Fort Worth was actually exposed to land for a long time. And so they do find dinosaurs. You could easily, and I would almost be willing to bet that there has been dinosaur skulls, bones, teeth, and things found in this creek for sure, because I'm aware of, and I'm pretty familiar with the formation. For sure in this creek over its lifetime in Texas. And that's the cool thing, guys, about, you know, to me, about fossil hunting and trying to find that dinosaur, because of course that's what everybody wants to find, right, is the big one. What's that? It's just a rock. Is that it could be, there's no like way to test. They haven't tested this ground and drilled everywhere like you might think for gold or something like that, right? And checked all the ground. There's no way to test for it. So it could be as simple as just right there after the next rain, there's a piece of skull sticking out or something, you know what I mean? And then you've got it, and then you're on it. Let's go get set up over here and go get this fucking fossil. Okay. Well, that really brightens my day. You know, I don't need much, man. I just need like small victories every now and then. And, you know, the last couple of days have kind of been a kick in the nuts. But it really makes me happy to find something like that, you know? I mean, I guess if you were to like say, I needed to do like a hit of some drugs or, you know, drink and stuff, you know, and all that kind of business, that, hey, finding a fossil is way healthier, right? Dude, you know damn right. Whoever just said that, who the fuck said that, dude? That if I fucking find a new species of dinosaur, it's gonna be Hobosaurus, dude. You know that shit, dude. Now, one thing that you can do actually with these fossils here. And I don't know for a fact if that's the case with these particular ones here, but if we're able to get this one out, we can test it and see if they are preserved, like say in a mudslide type event, to where there's very little decay and it's a complete encapsulation, then they will keep all of the gases inside. Because you got to remember, guys, this is a very intricate animal here. I'm going to show it to you while I'm telling you about this animal. Okay, we're gonna go nerd style on you for a second. Okay, and that is this animal defining a chamber inside. Those chambers change their chemical composition, which would allow him to change their buoyancy level in the water. So if they want to go higher, they would actually change their chemistry inside and become a different chemical, and then they would become, lighter or heavier or something like that. And they had like a squid-like, it was like a disc upright on its side, like on its edge, like if you had a coin on edge. And then it had like a squid-like body that came out of the bottom of the fossil. Okay. Let's see. I'm glad my pack's a lot lighter. So this is the only tool I got today, but it looks already fractured up around it. See, like there's fractures going all around it, so I think we'll be all right. So first let's move this. There we go. That's a monster right there. Look at that, guys. Okay, so I think this sucker's gonna come out. The only thing is whether or not it's broken, okay? Okay, gotta do something a little bit different. It's tempting, but I could break the fossil if I do that. So let's go over here. There we go. Come on, baby, be whole. Look at, oh my God. Oh my God. Look at that, dude. I think that's whole. Oh my God. Look at the, oh my God. Oh my God, look at that, guys. Look at the definition in those ribs right there. Holy cow. Oh my God. This is fucking, hey, I'm not gonna lie. Listen, I've done a lot of fossil hunting here. This could actually possibly be one of my best fucking ammonites. And just right here in the park. This thing right here, I can tell you this. If this thing's whole, this is a fucking $100 fossil right here all day long on eBay. Look at how big it goes. It goes all the way to over there, dude, right there. Oh my God, we gotta get this thing out whole. This is beautiful. This is guaranteed the Mortanoceras species, which is known for these extreme ribs. Oh my God. Dude, oh my God, dude, the only thing that could make this better, dude, is actually a bed of them. Sometimes you find like a bed where there's like 10 of them together. Then you got to call like, somebody to come and help you. Oh my God, look at it. It's completely free. Holy shit. Chris, this one's yours, baby. Oh my God. Oh, please don't break. Please don't break anywhere, please. Please. Oh my God, it's still attached to some of that matrix right there. And it's broken a little bit right there on the edge, but that's on the very, very, very end. These things very rarely, and I mean rarely, because there was so much, stuff that could biodegrade right around this area. Very rarely do you actually get the entire fucking spiral. Look at this beauty right here. Oh my God, hold on. I gotta do this right, guys, because I do not want to fuck this up. So I'm gonna set down the phone. This is a fucking monster. I cannot believe that we just found this. Look, this is every bit of, longest point. We're talking 8, 9 millions of years old. If this is indeed a Grayson formation, which the Grayson Marl, which I believe it is, based on my past knowledge, is that that would make this right here somewhere in the ballpark of, I believe, 102 to 105 million years old. The Cretaceous period was in between about 95 million years and 145 million years, okay? The Jurassic period is right after the Cretaceous period, okay? So this is, I'm gonna look it up though and I can find out what it is, but this is a fucking piece right here, dude. Now, we just have to get out all the stuff inside here. There's a little bit of damage, but that's all damage to the ribs right there. And then we get all the way down into that spiral. I can feel it. The spiral goes all the way down into the middle. Oh my God, guys. I cannot believe that I just walked down here to the park, dude, and just fucking, dude, talk about fucking some bipolar fucking ups and downs, dude. I mean, holy shit, dude. Hold on, look. I'm sitting here complaining about life and shit, and just come down here and find a fucking $100 fucking fossil and shit that would do good in any fucking rock shop. Oh my God, look at this. Okay, let's be careful. The other side's okay? Okay, the other side's okay. The other side has got a lot of matrix attached to it, which means one thing, and that is the fact that it's gonna be more well preserved. So I can get this off and it'll be perfectly preserved. Now, uh-oh, somebody's calling. Hold on. Hold on. Some heard what I said. I don't. Dude, I cannot believe. Now, I know that you might be thinking that this is not a good idea. But we're gonna knock some of this off because there's a lot of rock attached to it, okay? So what we gotta do is we gotta take it up and set it into the grass so that this part isn't on rock, and then we're gonna hit this and it should just break off without fucking with the rest of the fossil, okay? Take bets if I break it or not. Yeah, I'm not gonna break it, dude. This is an amazing, I mean literally an amazing ammonite piece right there. Look at this, guys. Oh my goodness. I think it's gonna pop off really easy. As long as I don't drop it on the way over there. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna set it up just like that because you can see there's black inside there. So let's see what happens. We just need a hammer stone of some sort. Like something hard, like a piece of concrete would be cool. There's some concrete right there. I think there's some transferred stones back here that aren't this marly shit. Because this marl is super soft. You know, it's, I don't know if you get much done hitting it with that. Guys, I cannot believe that I just found one of the best ammonites of my life fucking just walking down here to the creek and shit, dude. In a neighborhood where kids are playing all the time and shit, dude. It just goes to show, you know, like, see, when I was first told about this and a guy was like, yeah, we found a dinosaur skull. You know, I've told this story a million times, but I'm telling it again. And I called bullshit and I was like, bullshit, dinosaurs. If that was the case, everybody'd be fucking, I would have heard about it. Shit, everybody, oh look, there's another one right there. It's not in very good shape. But that's a smashed, oh, sorry guys, sorry about that. That's a smashed up proboscis. I just now saw I was doing that with the deal. Okay, all right, so we're gonna, we'll try a bigger rock. We'll just try a bigger rock. Let's try this, okay. And we're just gonna do some percussion fucking napping. That's all we're gonna do, some percussion napping, okay? Okay. Hold on, this is gonna take two hands, guys. I gotta set this sucker down. Let me get you guys set up right here. It's two hands. Chris, you really gonna get this sucker, dude? Because if you're not, I'm putting it on eBay and shit, because I need the money for it. But if you're getting it, let me know, and I'll get you my email, or you know where my PayPal is, and whatever you think it's worth, dude. I'll tell you right now, you don't get a fossil for less than $100 on eBay like that. That's a fact. Not like with this kind of ribbing and detail. You might get like an Apocadiscus. What I need is my hammer with a little pick on it. Oh, look at the other side. Look, that's the side. That's what you call a cast fossil. That's the part that came off the top. Isn't that cool? Okay. All right, let's think of a different plan. See if I can use my screwdriver and kind of smack at it. I mean, that worked. It knocked a bunch off. Just not enough. Oh hell, that's not gonna fucking work. This is absolutely amazing, guys. Look at that. Ah, well, we're not gonna fuck it up. Let's go look for another one. See if we can get out that other one. I mean, if I'm gonna pull a badass specimen fossil out of the ground like that, I might as well spend the effort to get that stuff up. All that's gonna take is a couple smacks in the right spot with a good geo-pick hammer. I've done it a gazillion times, and all that rock just falls off around the outside. I could actually leave a little bit of it because sometimes it's better to have like some of the host rock around. Okay, let's look at this guy right here because this one's in perfect shape and it's little. Well, my buddy's place is just down the road, so I'm just gonna go and get it right there. Now, this one here looks a little tricky because I don't see any big fractures, right? Like I'd have to put my own fractures in there. But that's a nice fossil right there, guys. Guys, listen, I cannot, hold on. Here's the thing I'm not understanding, guys, is we got 83 people in here. I just found a badass fossil for one of our fucking viewers for whatever he wants to pay for that sucker. For whatever it is. That's a $100 fossil. If he wants to get $20, that's great, but he called it. Right there, dude. And y'all can't mash on it for that? Y'all can't mash on it for finding fucking... I just went to at least mash on it for a bipolar swing and shit, dude. I just came up out my buddy's place. I'm depressed as a motherfucker. It wasn't his fault and shit, dude. He actually had to listen to it for a little while. And then come down here, find a fucking stupendously badass fossil and shit. Y'all need to mash on it for that, dude. Mash on that sumbitch for a good fossil. And if anybody's here new and doesn't know what the fuck that means, that just means push the damn thumbs up button. Let's see. What do we got here? This actually looks interesting. Look right here. This is an interesting layer. Looks like... This is one of those things that looks like it could be bone. I mean, actually, that does look like it could be bone. Look, this is actually looking pretty funky right here because, look, there's another piece that looks something like... But see, what this could be is what's called trace fossils from wormholes and worm castings, right? So it doesn't necessarily mean it's bone. That actually almost looks like a tooth right there. So we're looking for another one coming out of the side. See that right there? It looks like fucking straight antler. Well, I broke it anyhow. Same. These are worm castings. That's some big ass prehistoric worm. Some kind of burrowing animal. You can see evidence of it all over here. So, of course, you know I got it on my thumbnail, but I gotta ask everybody that's new here, what in the fuck did you think about that new all-seeing eye of Horus fucking wire wrap I did? Check out this one right here. This one's, anyway, but it just shows you how many there are in these areas. And this isn't like this in every creek. It's not like you can go get in every creek. You know, this one does happen to be next to my buddy's, but I just happen to know of this one. And my buddy comes here, he says quite often. Of course, he didn't find that monster ass fucking badass, insanely badass Ammonite that I got. I don't see it sitting in the yard. You can see where one was sitting right there. It's gone. Somebody got that one. Somebody came and got that one. So anyway, go and check out the eBay, dude. That's a pretty badass wrap, dude. I'm not gonna lie. It is, I think, pretty cool. And it took me long enough for my fingers to get bruised and hurt, so it's worth way more than the minimum bid I got it on there for. What is that? I feel like we're gonna find something here, guys. Look, there's a lot of bedrock exposed right there. I feel like we're gonna find some. We need to search those edges. It's just like what I was telling you guys before. Yeah, I like to go ahead and just search the edges. There it is. And the baddest one of the fucking day. I mean, if we do better than that one, dude, we're making money, dude. Why isn't everybody just out here, dude, fucking just digging fossils, making money and shit, right? They do sell. They're not the most popular fossils, but they do sell. They actually sell better. Those kind of fossils actually sell better in the local shops around here. The local shops like them, and the yard art places like them, because the rich people go to those yard art places, and they are, you know, pretty cool. There's an inside print. Geez, look at this. This is so magical looking to me. Thinking of fossil bed layers and looking for fossils, this just looks like I mean, I'm starting to get a chub right now thinking we're going to find something right here, that there's going to be something here. What I love about this, guys, is the fact that you can see it's all so well broken up and soft, and that you could chisel that shit up. Like, I mean, you can see how many there are that we just see laying on top, right? And that includes the ones that have already been taken. So you can imagine if you just start systematically going through this bank right here and went to the wall, you'd probably find like 15, 20 of those motherfuckers, you know? I mean, and when you think of like how much dirt you turn to find gold, you know, if you could find a market for fossils, dude, you're doing way better just coming to your fucking park down the street. So that's something I could do, is I could hit up the yard art places. I actually do have an outlet. The dude in Oatman, he said he wanted those things bad. He said, Phil fucking, he said those ammonites and sea urchins he wanted bad. And fill up fucking flat rate boxes and send them. And I already know he'd pay fair. He's paid me fair before. More than fair, I would say. So I need to do that. Called a couple times and no answer, though. Come on, Clyde. Clyde's sticking out of here. I mean, if we find one better than that, guys, just, I don't even know what I'm going to say. That's amazing, dude. Oh, more bedrock up here. All along the edge. Let's see. Hi, Kara. I guess Kara didn't know that we were streaming. I didn't call her and tell her. She thought I was ignoring her on the phone. And so that was her. It's like, no. I'm just streaming. Just be careful what you say. Could be listening. I still don't know if anybody heard what we're talking about. I don't know if that happens that way. Like if somebody calls. I know that when I come back, it says reconnecting. Come on, right here in the bank, Clyde. You know, where you see lots of fresh erosion. You know, you saw how that one was. I mean, that one was actually showing a lot. Like, I mean, so nobody that really cares about fossils has looked at that sucker in a while, because anybody that cares about fossils would have been like, whoa, that's fucking badass right there. And so it's been weathered out for a while, but you know, all we need is just a hint of a circle, dude. I got a very, very well trained eye to pick these suckers out. And all I need is just a little hint of that spiral formation or something that's like right here. What's this? It's all natural, I guess, because it's an animal. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Too symmetrical is the word I'm looking for. So you want to look under here where people can't see and look way back up in there. I actually found one of the biggest chunks of ammonite that I've ever found before in Oklahoma with my buddy down at the Red River. That's known for the monsters. We never did find Clyde, but we found a piece of Clyde. He was a piece of like a 3-foot ammonite. You know, we did the math and laid him out, and he would have been part of a 3-foot ammonite. He was about 1.5 feet long and was just one piece, like one small chunk of the ammonite, and it was 1.5 feet long. And I found that one looking under the bank, but it was already pre-broken. It was already broken. Sometimes when you get down here in these more obscure spots. Now, I've got an actual honey hole creek. You know, I cleaned this creek out years ago, but it's had time to get a lot more erosion. But I did find one virgin creek that was that I'm going to take you guys to. And I literally went down there, and you get in the creek, and it's just like one there, one there, one there, one there, one there. It was insane, guys. They had been eroding out of the walls and out of the ground for just so many years, and nobody's ever picked them up, and they just kept laying there, just laying there. There were some that were in root, wrapped up in root balls. So it looks like we just need to play around in that layer over there. I could still try and get out that one. I just don't have a hammer. But I could go steal one from my buddy's place. We might just have to walk down there. We're gonna have to walk down there and take this fossil to him. Well, if he's watching, dude, he just needs to come down here. He was talking about, well, after I get my kid, I might come down there and stuff. He's gonna be totally jealous because he's talking about how he's been down here and hasn't found any big ones. And I'm like, hey, there's one of those drain things. One of the old ones. That's the ones he's talking about that's exposed. Yeah, that's an old sucker. There's no telling what's inside there. So we just need to break that sucker open, dude. We're gonna break that sumbitch open. So he said he hadn't really found anything big here. So he's gonna be bummed, you know, that I didn't come down to his spot and shit by his house and then took fucking Clyde. But, you know, you can't get caught sleeping, fossil hunting and shit, dude. Anybody take off my pack yet? I've been walking forever, dude, and left my pack way down there. I don't think so. Only a couple cars here. It's kind of slick. Worried I'm gonna bust my butt. We're almost to the road, so we're almost as far as we can go. I just want to make sure that there's no big ones just like that one, just laid out going me, before I hyper focus on one spot over there. But like I said, you can see there, we just start stripping back layers, and we might just do that and just start playing. Oh, there's, this is, nope, that's not. Oh, there's a nice one right there. See that, guys? That one's completely impregnated in the ground around it, so it's pretty much almost impossible to get. Only if it was like a really, really super, super badass rare specimen would you really worry about that one, because it would take so much in prep time for what it is. There's people that do it, man. I seen this guy when I was looking at this guy on Instagram. I mean, he was taking a fossil like that we just found right there and spending like 4 or 5 hours of prep time on that sucker and selling them for like big time. Because a fossil like that, that's a damn good fucking fossil, right? That's a damn good fucking fossil. So if you prep it right, you can sell those to big collectors and you know, mainly where the big money goes to in these fossils and stuff like that is to schools and universities, because they're the ones that buy them the most to finish off collections and all that stuff. Sometimes you find the biggest ones down here in the water where you're walking. So I love walking in the water. It's one of my favorite places to hunt, in the creek, because that's where the least amount of people go. You know, I always have rubber boots. I got my rubber boots right now. This is, you know, like at that one honey hole. That one honey hole, though, is a garbage pit, man. People have been dumping shit in the fields behind it for years. Dumping garbage and all kinds of stuff. Gonna be here. I can't get greedy anyway. I mean, I already found a badass one. Okay, we got some more exposed bedrock over here. I used to have friends that grew up right over here. Actually, one of my first girlfriend's mom lived about 5 blocks down, 3 blocks down actually. Another friend who we used to sneak into her place lived right over there. We used to sneak in at nighttime, go party in our room. So when it comes to these layers, they actually have sub-layers too. And some of the sub-layers, you know, that's where you start finding out where you're finding particular fossils at. And that again is found through the markers. So you could come downstream somewhere like this and change elevations by a couple feet and leave a layer, you know, like we're just really not seeing very much here. And one thing I can tell you is that based on the fact that there's so many ammonites in the matrix over there that are still in the rock, that there's been lots in this creek. So fossil hunters have been coming here and they've been picking fossils out of the creek, because I haven't found one piece of ammonite in the creek yet. And that's pretty much unheard of for a creek that has ammonites. You know, they'd be all down in here. You know, that other creek that we went to had them everywhere. I mean, just every couple feet was one. Kind of like this spot right here where there's heavy erosion going on. Look down that little hole right there and you never know, it could be all round. I ain't see nothing down here, guys. I don't think I'm actually gonna go any further. We're just gonna walk up the other way. Go back to our little honey hole right there. And you know, I might even strip back a couple layers in that one spot right there. Find some good stuff. We'll come over here, once we get back to our spot, we'll come over here and chat with you guys. See what y'all are trying to talk about. Every time I look in the chat though, everybody's just talking about something else. Man, that excites me. I'm still feeling thrilled inside, guys. We found that. I hope it does find a home. Maybe Chris G really wants that sucker. You know? Could have just been being nice and thought that it was going to come out broken. He was like, maybe it's going to come out broken, hopefully. Well, Shucky Ducky says a lot of these don't look like river rocks because this is, like I said, from a marl area. You know, this is all bedrock from a Grayson marl, and which means that it's kind of an almost, when you get into some of it, it's almost kind of shaly and oily. So that kind of helps though, because it helps the layers break apart easier. But like I said, usually a lot of the fossils are deformed in here. And there's another place that I've been to that's a Main Street formation, which is right above this. And it's from 98 million years old. It's about, I think, the very next layer. And that one is full of turlites, which are the coily ones that are kind of uncoiled and stick out. Well, there's got to be something sticking out of this wall right here. Let's see. I found a couple that were in the creek, so there was some down there actually. We did see signs of them. There were just none that looked like it was a little bit more of a compacted layer. We haven't seen any echinoids since we've been here, so that tells us something about this layer. Really nice preserved ammonites. You know, you always want to take note of this because I'm sitting here staring at this layer and you can recognize it when you see it in other locations, you know, and know, like, say if you're going uphill or downhill in elevation, that you could be changing layers. It's no echinoids, no sea urchins. I feel like there's going to be something in this area right here. There's just so much washed clean. We're going to check this spot over again before we take off. Maybe move this rock. Maybe Clyde's hiding behind this rock right there. Where you at, baby? Where you at? You know, and there's a good possibility that that ammonite being so well preserved too could possibly have. That's what I was going to say earlier. Is that some of them, when they are, I got off track. When they are such well preserved and they get covered in mud like that and preserved whole, that they can hold all the gases inside, which turn to crystals. So there's a good chance that there could be a geode effect inside there in all of the chambers, where when you cut it in down the middle, you know, and I've had them happen like that before. You just have to kind of tap it with something. When I get my geo hammer, and we'll tap on it and see if it's hollow or not. So where's our other one at? It's right there. We can get that one out, guys. We can so get that one. That's right, if you can dig it out of the ground and sell it. If I can get it free right out from under your backyard and you didn't know about it that whole time. Look at the remains from where that came from. Look at that. Oh my God, that was a monster. Just sticking out right there, ready to be taken. Still can't believe that. Let's see if there's any other ones sticking around. right next to it. Once again, under there. It's an imprint we're weighing out of the ground right there. Long time ago. That one weathered out years ago. Look at this, guys. If you just got here and you don't know, oh my goodness, look at this. Okay. Let's see what we're gonna do here. This big rock right here wants to come off. I just kind of want to move it and see if there's anything in there. Because, like, you know, you saw there that the rocks kind of break apart sometimes at the fossil. Oh, you can't get that. Never mind, not right now. Not without a shovel or something. There's one right there. Well, let's work on this one. So I need a hammerstone. Something that's gonna work as a hammer. We're gonna see if we can do any damage. Where the hell am I gonna get one of those? I can see it's gonna be in the top layer. You know what? I saw a piece of concrete back here. Didn't I? Oh, this actually looks like a hard one. Okay. So here after a while, I'll take you guys to camp with me. We're gonna go find our new camp. Well, it's the same camp. I'm gonna go to the same one. But I just walked right past my spot. I was looking at the ground. I can't stop looking at the ground. Okay, hammer rock. And phone rock. Okay. So I can see we got a spot right here. Yeah, that's gonna take fucking forever, dude. That's ridiculous. See if I can pry it out from the bottom. Yeah, I might be able to do that. Knock the rocks out from under it in the bottom. We're gonna get this sucker, baby.